Hey, what's up everyone, and welcome back to more Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Trials and Tribulations. Last time we left off, we started the game, and now we're going to finish the first case. So let's go. April 11th, 12:13 p.m. District Court, Courtroom Number 2. Oh, yeah, Grossberg. I told him to beat it, basically. Court will now reconvene. You guys can't hear the game. I apologize for that. I'm sorry. Hold on one second. Cool. Okay. Sorry about that. That was probably really weird for a second. Court will now reconvene. Mr. Payne, please call your witness.
The next person is someone who witnessed the crime as it happened. The prosecution calls Miss Dahlia Hawthorne to the stand.
What's with this stiff silence?
In my long career as a judge, I have been deceived by many witnesses. It's my job to doubt, to take no one at their word. In your case, I must admit that you radiate a glow of complete sincerity.
I can't believe he actually said that.
Oh, now then, witness, could you please state your full name?
If anyone says
I will bash them with my gavel.
I love how they look straight at me when they say that. Oh, you are gonna snap. I don't like you. We may move on now. What is your full name and occupation? My name is Dahlia Hawthorne. I'm a junior in literature at IB High School. Just want to say it's an honor for me to be here in your noble presence. Well, this is just... Oh, this is gonna... They're gonna hate me. They're... It's gonna be a tough witness, alright? It only took her 12 seconds to wrap them all around her little finger.
Now then, please proceed with your testimony. Let's hear about what you witnessed on the day of the incident, if you please.
Witness testimony. Ooh, I'm sorry, just at the beginning of these recordings it chugs a little bit. There's nothing I can really do about that. I had been planning to go to Feeney's place after class was over. Feeney and Dougie, they were talking behind the building. Then suddenly, Dougie got all wobbly and just collapsed. That's when Feeney noticed that I was there. I went to go and find some other students and they called the authorities.
I don't know what to say. According to you, Miss Hawthorne. Wait. Okay. The defendant didn't do anything wrong.
Young lady, as old as I am, even I recall how hot
the flames of passion can be. Nevertheless, it's my job to discover the truth. Please tell us the truth. But I would never... That's more than enough, witness. I won't allow this to continue.
Well, what do you mean by that?
Please, just let me proceed with my cross-examination, Your Honor. I, for one, don't plan to win my case on a bunch of paper-thin lies. You haven't changed a bit, Mia Fey.
What's this? So you two are acquainted?
Yes, we've met before, once.
In any case, Miss Fey, the floor is all yours.
Good to see you again, Madame Fey. Madame? I'm no one's grandma yet. So I wonder how many cases we're gonna do as Mia. It seems kind of weird to just do the first one, but at the same time it makes sense. So the thing that stuck out to me was... Are you saying that the victim just collapsed all on his own? Yes. In other words, the defendant never touched the victim, is that right? I was watching the whole time. Feeney never did a thing to Dougie. If I press her for no good reason, I just know the judge will get angry with me. So what should I do for her testimony just now? I suppose her statement works in our favor for now. Hold off on looking into it any deeper until it's necessary. I don't know if I have anything to contradict that with. And what did Mr. Wright say when he saw you? I'm sorry, I was so flustered that I I really don't remember. Please forgive me. You don't remember?
Well, that's common enough. Sometimes I can't recall a sentence I passed only minutes prior.
Please, someone, anyone, stop him before he gets hurt by me. Hold it! When you say students, do you mean students from the pharmacology department? Yes, they're all very fond of their drugs. Please try to stay on topic. We went to the labs. Oh. The students knew what was going on? But how could the students have known what was going on? Well, I don't know for sure that they knew what happened. It's just they all seemed kind of excited about something. Doesn't look like I'm gonna get any more info about the students. So the students called the police? Yes, I was so panicked.
Yes, well, anyone would have been.
She's telling a super obvious lie and she knows it. She's just pretending to protect Mr. Wright. Yes, that's gotta be it. Way to go, Mia! Okay, it means I'm gonna have to dig deep to find the contradiction on this one.
So
the lie is that he didn't push her, but, let's see if I have the, evidence I need. Feeble lies are not very becoming, Miss Hawthorne, so let's drop them, shall we? What? I would never!
Miss Fay, I will not allow you to badger this witness. I believe the defense is engaged in a fishing expedition. That is, she has no supporting... Please don't glare at me like that. I'm just doing my job.
Now then, Miss Hawthorne. The defendant's palm print was found in Mr. Swallow's leather jacket. It has already been shown that Mr. Wright did, in fact, push the victim. What? There's no need to try to cover for the defendant. It would be much better if you came out and told us the whole truth.
There's nothing to worry about, young lady. Just tell us everything that you saw.
Yes, Your Honor. I will. If you don't mind, I'd like to revise my testimony. Looks like we're finally getting somewhere. Actually, I didn't see the moment he pushed Dougie. You didn't see it? Well, I saw the moment when Dougie fell to the ground. And at that time, there's only the two of them at the scene. The defendant, Phoenix Wright, and the victim, Doug Swallow. Yes, that's right.
Oh, I have found my contradiction, my friend. Let's present Phoenix's testimony. Yeah, there we go.
You say you didn't hear any noise, is that correct? Yes, that's why I was very relaxed looking at the scenery around me. That's nice, but I find that just a little odd. I have here the testimony of your boyfriend, Mr. Phoenix Wright, and he clearly testified to the effect that when he pushed the victim, he heard a sharp, loud noise. He said that? If you were really that close to the two of them, why didn't you hear this noise as well?
Well, maybe the noise just wasn't all that memorable.
But according to Mr. Wright's testimony, it was a sharp noise like a snap. There's no way a noise like that could fail to make an impression.
Ah!
Ack! May I have a moment to answer?
By all means.
I know the reason why I didn't hear the noise. Oh boy. You see, the truth is, I had my headphones on and I was listening to music at the time.
Headphones? You mean that both of your ears were covered?
The rain was just beginning to let up, but it seems as though Thor wasn't ready for his fun to come to an end yet, so the sky continued to flash and rumble. Thunder and lightning, huh? Yes, I'm afraid the sound of thunder, so I put my headphones on to block it out.
Well, Your Honor, as you can see, there weren't any contradictions in her testimony after all.
Wait a sec, Mia. That testimony just now, she said something that could totally change this whole case. There was lightning. Your Honor, there was a problem with the witness's testimony.
What do you mean?
Didn't you notice? She said there was lightning, correct?
Yes, what about it?
Well, lightning is actually a large discharge of electricity in the atmosphere, am I right?
Now's not the time for a science lesson, Miss Fay.
Yes, Your Honor. Anyway, since the cause of death was electrocution, isn't it possible that the victim died from being hit by a bolt of lightning?
Well, I must admit that the thought had not occurred to me.
Just what kind of thoughts do occur to this guy anyways? This entire case is built on the premise that Mr. Doug Swallow was murdered, but that very premise itself is mistaken. The defense believes that Mr. Swallow was, in fact, the victim of a stray lightning bolt. Bleh, it just said bolt.
It appears the defense may be onto something. Could it be that the death was actually accidental?
Alright, you did it, Mia. I'll be taking that not guilty now if you don't.
I'm hurt that you have such a low opinion of me, Miss Fay.
Huh?
I'm not a fool, you know. The prosecution has done its research, Your Honor. We found that there were no lightning strikes on that day at that location.
What?
What's more, we have evidence that the electrical cable is definitely linked to this case.
Evidence, Mr. Payne? Well, what is this evidence?
This affidavit.
And who is this affidavit from?
The pharmacology students who were conducting experiments in their lab that day. Allow me to read out to the court the testimony of the pharmacology students. All equipment in the labs lost power all of a sudden at around 3 p.m. that day.
Was it a blackout?
All the lab's equipment runs on high voltage, Your Honor.
So you're saying that the equipment lost power because...
Precisely. They lost power because of the severed electrical cable. The power outage occurred at approximately 3 p.m.
Which fits with the time of...
Whoa, mixing up my voices here. Which fits with the time of death listed in the autopsy report.
Exactly. In other words, the victim died as a result of touching the severed electrical cable. According to the students, the cables were very old. They were planning on having them replaced in the near future.
I see.
Apparently, the cables had become so brittle that even the smallest bump would have caused them to break.
Okay. There's probably some specific wording in that. What do you guys... okay.
However, there is one thing that troubles me. If the cable could have been broken by any small bump, then it wouldn't have snapped if it hadn't been bumped into, correct?
Well, I suppose you could say that.
Miss Fay, do you have any thoughts regarding the cause of the severed cable?
Your Honor.
I don't like how this is looking one bit. I have to come up with something to try to regain some momentum. If it pleases the court, the defense would like to state its opinion.
Well then, let's hear it. Who or what was it that caused the cable to break?
The umbrella. I got it. It was the umbrella. This is it. This is why the cable snapped.
Well, Your Honor.
I believe that the only thing that has snapped is the mind of the defense.
Ah, that was one of your best lines yet, Your Honor. Ouch, that was harsh. Please, Your Honor, give me one more chance. God dang it. Okay, I thought, well, so much for that. Your Honor, please think back to Mr. Wright's testimony.
The defendant's testimony?
He said that after he pushed the victim, he heard a loud, sharp noise. Now, this happened at around 3 p.m., correct?
Yes, that sounds right. Wait, are you saying that?
The lab equipment lost power at 2:55, which fits right in Mr. Wright's timeline. In other words, it was Mr. Wright's shove that caused the power outage. Yes, the prosecution also came to that same conclusion, and it was that very shove that caused Mr. Swallow to be electrocuted. I'm afraid I can't agree with you there, Mr. Payne. What's that supposed to mean? Take a good look at where the victim landed after being shoved. See the umbrella? It's by the electrical pole. That's right, the victim banged into that pole as a result of being pushed. It was that impact that caused the cable to break.
Well, that makes sense, and then the victim was electrocuted.
I'm sorry, Your Honor, but no, it doesn't make sense at all. If the victim was shoved into the far pole, then he couldn't have been electrocuted by the severed cable in the foreground here. Ah! In other words, someone other than my client must have electrocuted the victim.
Order! Order! Order!
Ah, the lamentations of my enemy. How I've longed to hear them.
It's true. The defense is absolutely correct. There doesn't seem to be any way the defendant could have done it.
Mr. Judge, sir, may I say something? The Madame Attorney's explanation. She said some things that are a little different than I remember them.
What?
What the? God dang it. Please, just once more. May I please testify one last time? Please, Mr. Judge?
Of course it's alright. Just go ahead and give your new testimony.
This is it. She's finally starting to show her true colors.
Am I gonna try and prove that she was the murderer of the last case?
The truth is, Feeney pushed him twice. First time was into the electrical pole. That's when the cable broke. Then Dougie tried his best to run away from him, but Feeney caught up and crashed into him from behind. The cable snapping and Dougie being electrocuted, it all occurred in less than a minute.
So after being shoved, the victim got up and tried to run away.
And that is when the defendant pushed him for the second time. So sorry, Feeney, but I just have to tell the truth. Am I doing the right thing? Am I, Mr. Judge?
Of course you are. As painful as it may seem, you are. Now then, Miss Fay, you may proceed with the cross-examination.
Okay, well... Okay, what contradicts what? Yeah, okay, cool.
That's enough, witness. I'm afraid I don't understand. You will in a minute. Could you please take a look at this picture? Oh, that medicine. That's the one Feeney likes to take for his cold. It's not the medicine I want you to look at. It's the wristwatch. It stopped at the precise time the victim was electrocuted. In other words, 3:05 p.m.
Yes, and your point is, Miss Fay?
My point is this. What time was it when the lab suffered that power outage due to the cable snapping? Well, according to the student's testimony, the answer is clear. It was 2:55 p.m. Ah! Would you care to explain to the court, Miss Dahlia Hawthorne, what exactly happened during this 10-minute interval? The defense proposes that it was during this interval that the real murderer killed Mr. Doug Swallow.
Order! Order in the court! What is this all about?
This is nonsense. The real murderer? Even you can't deny that the time between the cable breaking and the electrocution are completely unaccounted for. Then who was it? Who else are you saying could have done it? There's only one person who could have murdered Swallow. Only after my client had left the scene was there a window of opportunity for the real killer.
Miss Fay, is the defense ready to indict someone as this real killer?
It's finally time. This is the moment I've been waiting for. Yes, Your Honor, we are ready.
Very well. But remember, if you accuse the wrong person, you will be penalized. Think very carefully before you speak, Miss Fay. Now then, Miss Fay, let's have it. Who is the real killer?
I don't need to save. It's Dahlia Hawthorne.
It could only have been you, Dahlia Hawthorne. The defense is grasping at straws. 10 minutes passed between the time the cable broke and the time of the electrocution. What exactly were you doing during that whole time, Miss Hawthorne? Were you really listening to some music while cheering them both on as they fought? I find it hard to believe that you didn't lift a finger to stop the man dearest to you.
Order! Order! Miss Fay. What? I mean, why? That is to say...
Miss Hawthorne, I believe you did witness the two men fighting on that day. However, after Mr. Wright pushed the victim and subsequently left the scene, it was you who pushed Mr. Swallow to his death by your very own hands. How can you say something so mean, Madame Fay? I didn't do anything.
Miss Fay, this is a very serious charge you are...
God dang it, Phoenix.
Your Honor, please, I have something I want to say.
You? What is it?
Please strike everything the defense said just now from the record. What the? Are you daft? You're totally wrong, Miss Fay. Dolly, she couldn't do something like that.
Mr. Wright, get back in your seat. Belief, grab that man.
Ah!
Achoo, achoo, achoo. Sorry, Phoenix.
Oh, that boy. He's gotten himself in way over his head. I knew it.
Oh, Mr. Grossberg, you're back.
It seems I've arrived just in the nick of time. I found the police report on that incident in your newspaper clipping.
Yes!
Thank you. Okay, let's have a look at this. Okay, location, District Courthouse Cafeteria, 4 p.m. Diego Armando, lawyer, Dahlia Hawthorne. Armando ingested poison while interviewing the suspect regarding another case. Traces of poison were found in the victim's coffee cup. No poison was found in the vicinity or on the suspect's person. It is unclear how the poison entered the victim's coffee cup. Okay. Thanks so much. That's exactly what I hoped for.
Better take a good look at it. It details how you came to lose your boyfriend.
Oh. Okay. That makes sense.
Now then, the defense has made a very serious accusation. Mr. Payne, what do you have to say about this?
Well, really, Your Honor, May I interrupt you for just a moment, Mr. Prosecutor?
Madame Faye, are you seriously accusing me of killing him?
Yes, I am.
Not only am I saying you murdered Doug Swallow, but you also tried to pin the whole thing on your current boyfriend, Phoenix Wright.
I told you that you should let me handle this.
Sorry. Please go ahead.
How can you say that? I'm absolutely devoted.
The notion that I would try to frame him is ludicrous. This is all just too much.
Ah, I believe the girl is trying to ask what on earth her motive would be.
Oh, okay. The answer to that lies somewhere in this police report. It must be. Wait, really? Oh, okay. 8 months ago, an incident occurred in the basement cafeteria of this building. And then, that same day, the two of them accidentally meet. Oh! It's this. Oh, the poison was in there! Oh, it's all coming together. I get it now. I get it. Your Honor, the defense requests further testimony from Miss Dahlia Hawthorne.
Further testimony? What about?
About the events of the day when she first met the defendant, Mr. Phoenix Wright.
What could that possibly have to do with this case?
The witness claims that she has no reason to frame the defendant, am I correct? Well, I have evidence that suggests she, in fact, has a very good reason.
Very well then. The court grants the defense's request. Young lady, would you mind staying on for just a little bit longer?
Of course not, Mr. Judge. Get ready for the battle of your life, Dahlia Hawthorne. I first met my darling Feeny 8 months ago. It's like we were destined to meet in this very courtroom's basement reading room. And then you gave him the thing that had poison in it, or... yeah, had poison in it. Not anymore, though. But does it have, like, drips of poison still in it, and that's why you wanted it? I don't know. So, we need to catch her somewhere where she says, I didn't give him anything, right? So... yes, why you're here. Please, Your Honor, the answer is simply this.
For a paper I was writing.
Well, I'm sorry, but that's incorrect. I am going to do slot 2 today. Miss Hawthorne, you weren't here because of your research paper, were you? Didn't you actually come here for a much more important reason?
What is the meaning of this cocky smile on your face, Miss Fay? 8 months ago, right here in this very courthouse, there was another tragedy. Another tragedy?
Do you mean the incident in which an attorney was poisoned?
The name of the suspect in that incident is listed here in the report. And that name is Dahlia Hawthorne.
What? Dahlia Hawthorne?
She was the prime suspect in the criminal case just 8 months ago.
You can't bring up past cases in court. Then okay. Well, so much for that.
Order! 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 This is unbelievable. It's true then.
Miss Fay, that's not fair. You can't slander my witness with an unrelated case. I, Winston Payne, will not allow it. Mr. Prosecutor, I believe I was speaking. Pardon me. Go right ahead. It's true about 8 months ago, the police expressed some interest in me. No, I did not commit the crime that occurred during that incident 8 months ago.
I see.
Okay, I've tied the two crimes together. Now I've just got to stay on the offensive.
Well done, Mia. Oh, you really lit a fire. I can hardly tell which is more inflamed.
Alright, the poisoning. You're gonna say,
I met the lawyer who was poisoned to discuss something in the cafeteria that day. I left my seat for just a moment, and that's when it happened. From what I heard, it was a liquid poison that is lethal at just 2 teaspoons. Not only that, I heard it was a very special kind of poison. So you see, I'm innocent. I wouldn't even know where to get a poison like that.
okay, well, we don't have anything to disprove that. But we have something to prove that you had something to carry it in. So that's what happened here 8 months ago. I heard of the witness testimony. She had nothing to do with it. I think the defense is just about out of tricks.
I'm terribly sorry, Mr. Payne, but I'm afraid the defense has many more tricks up its sleeve today, and I'll be sure to show them to you before the end of this cross-examination. What the? Why does the defense suddenly feel stronger?
Ah, Mia, you're glowing with a true lawyer's aura. That proud posture and self-confidence, absolutely smashing.
Okay, what's the something?
What are you talking about, the defense attorney? Well, I'm sorry, but that's confidential.
According to the report, you were being interviewed regarding another case.
The lawyer that was killed, he said he wanted to talk about an incident I was caught up in when I was younger. Why don't you tell us all what that incident was? It has absolutely nothing to do with this case.
Objection sustained. The defense's question is stricken from the record.
You get involved in a lot of incidents, don't you, Miss Hawthorne? Well, I guess I was just born under a bad sign.
You're the man.
Just a moment, that's what happened. Why'd you leave?
How long were you gone? I've already answered all these questions for the police, but you must know, maybe 10 or 20 minutes. And where were you during that stretch of time? Using the toilet?
Wait, what objection? Okay, well, never mind. Oh. About how much liquid is 2 teaspoons?
Well, let me see.
Does this give anything?
My bottle of my drop says 1-2 fluid ounce, which equal to 3 teaspoons or half.
Sorry. Wow, Zach. Never mind.
So it's about 2/3 of that amount, huh? Poison was found in the lawyer's mug of coffee. It must have been after I left the table. Someone must have quietly slipped it in there.
Oh, I'm not gonna ask how she figured that out.
A special kind of poison? How so? Well, I heard that it's almost impossible to detect.
Oh, and where would something like that come from?
I'm sorry, all I know is what I overheard the policeman saying. He said something about using advanced chemical processes to purify it.
Chemical processes? Well, that's quite impressive. Most impressive.
Better question is, how did the criminal get something like that?
Oh. Do I have anything about the drugs? Maybe it's Cold Killer X? I don't know. I was thinking maybe the people in the... Oh! Get it from Doug! Oh, I'm dumb. Duh. Of course you got it from Doug. He's in the yeah.
That's the reason they didn't rescue you, because no one could show you how you could have gotten the poison? I think that's a good enough reason, Madame Faye. She's right. And I think we've all had enough Miss Faye's questions.
It's only the essence, the main reason, Miss Hawthorne.
I know what it is.
Alright, y'all ready for this? Alright. Boom! Objection!
You wouldn't know how to get that kind of poison? I don't believe you. What? In fact, you had easy access to that kind of poison, didn't you? At your boyfriend's lab.
Boyfriend? You mean the victim, Doug Swallow?
That's right. Up until 8 months ago, Miss Hawthorne was dating Mr. Swallow. And if you recall, Mr. Swallow was a pharmacology student at Ivy University. Pharmacology? His laboratory contained highly advanced chemistry equipment. In fact, without such equipment, the culprit could never have obtained such a rare and special poison. Well, Miss Hawthorne, it seems you had access to such a poison after all. And then, it was a matter of slipping into the victim's coffee when he wasn't looking. The only person who could have done that was the one sitting at his very table. You!
Order! Could it be?
That's nothing but a basic action. May I say something, Madame Faye? What is it, Miss Hawthorne? The amount of poison in the coffee was 2 teaspoons, correct? In order to carry that much liquid, you would need some kind of container. I got it.
Well, yes, that's true.
I was searched immediately after the incident took place. Quite true. In fact, the entire courthouse was turned upside down. But they didn't find a suspicious container anywhere, did they?
He's right. No, I know what it is.
Well, you could have easily gotten rid of something that small. Excuse me, madame, but this is a court of law. If you're saying I threw the poison container away, I think you need to show some kind of proof. Proof? Oh, she got me good with that. Alright, I got it.
Provide some evidence or we'll have to disallow this line of questioning, Miss Faye. Unless we can come with some evidence, we're going to lose this league.
Police conducted a full body search of Dahlia and of the entire courthouse, and yet
I know what it is! God dang it, hurry up! Then where is the container the poison was carried in? What happened to it?
I guess I'll just present the actual thing itself. I don't know if I present that or I present Phoenix. You were forced to get rid of the container in a hurry, weren't you? And that's why you passed it on to someone that had nothing to do with the case. Someone that you knew wouldn't be searched.
Who is this person?
Mr. Phoenix Wright, of course. So the defendant was this witness's accomplice? Of course not. She gave the poison to him, disguised as a present. What? But that's...
That's a charming little necklace. Is this a little bottle? It's really quite cute. So what about it? What does it mean, Miss Faye?
The day the witness met and fell for Mr. Phoenix Wright was 8 months ago, August 27th, the very same day as the poisoning incident. Under the pretense of love, the witness gave my client a present. All for the purpose of hiding that one piece of evidence that would give her away.
What? Are you saying there's a deadly poison in here?
No, there's no longer any poison in that bottle. However, I'm certain if the crime lab were to analyze it, they would find a trace amount. It's all coming home, boys.
Order in the court. What the?
Why'd they use this grown-up? On behalf of Dolly, I object. Mr. Wright, control yourself. I won't let you bully her like this.
Mr. Wright, I thought I told you to stay in your seat.
Mr. Wright, why? Why are you going through so much trouble to protect her? Why? Because I'm... Mr. Wright, have you ever thought about this? Why exactly would a woman like Dahlia Hawthorne want to date you anyways?
Oh, Hawthorne, not Hawthorne.
Mr. Wright, please, open your eyes.
At this point in the trial, I think it should be obvious to everyone. The real reason that Dahlia Hawthorne is dating you is because of that necklace. Dahlia Hawthorne was and is not madly in love with you. The only thing she's after is that bottle you love to wear around your neck. My necklace? Back there in the waiting room, you said it yourself. Yeah, but she's so shy. Every time I see her, she always says the same thing to me. Please give it back now.
What a strange girl, asking for a present back like that.
For Dahlia Hawthorne, that necklace is irrefutable evidence of her crime. That's why she absolutely had to get it back. You're lying! But you never gave it back to her. And to make things worse for her, you insisted on showing it to everyone you met. That's why she... I don't believe you. No! That's a lie! Ugh!
Mia, are you alright?
The defendant is getting away.
Believe her! After him! Oh boy. Mia, are you alright?
Yes, I think so.
That boy, he went completely insane.
Where's Mr. Wright?
It looks like the belief caught him, so he should be brought back here soon. Thank goodness. Oh no! What is it? Wait, what?
Oh no!
What is it?
The bottle necklace. Miss Hawthorne's present. It's gone.
What? That's terrible. Mr. Wright must have grabbed it when he slammed into me.
Me. God dang it, I'm mixing up the voices.
Foolish boy, that's the only thing that could have saved him. What in blazes are we supposed to do now? Mr. Wright, this sort of behavior is unprecedented in the history of this court.
I'm sorry. I'm afraid that your apology is not enough. Mr. Wright, what did you do with the bottle necklace? Forgive me, I'm sorry. It's okay, just give back the necklace. I ate it. You what?
You ate it?
It was too big to swallow, so I had to chew it into little bits first, but yeah. Oh. What the? What?
What is he doing now?
Your Honor, you've got to stop the trial. Mr. Wright, are you feeling okay? Does your stomach hurt? That bottle you swallowed may have had some poison left in it. It seems that the defendant has proven the prosecution's case for us. Clearly that bottle did not contain a deadly poison. How can you be so sure? I think that's obvious. As you can see, the defendant is still very much alive. As for the poison, more like a fledgling defense that the attorneys over-imaginative... Wow, I completely misread that.
It's all the same.
No, there must be some mistake. The bottle must not have had any poison left in it. Either that, or the poison must have lost its potency. There. It's all right, rookie. Trusting your client is the most noble thing a defense attorney can do, and it's a heartwarming to see you place this much faith in Mr. Wright. But that's how it is for us on the prosecution side too. For example, I would trust the witness, Miss Hawthorne, with my very life, which is why I can state that your assessment of her is completely wrong.
That's enough. Unfortunately, Miss Fay, I cannot accept your explanation of the evidence.
But why?
This may be impossible for a beginner like you to understand, but in a court of law, evidence is everything.
Even though I've proven so much, is she going to get away with everything?
Well, now that the suspicion surrounding Miss Hawthorne has been cleared up, I'd like to proceed with the trial.
He's lying. Mr. Wright! I'm sorry, Miss Fay. It totally slipped my mind. I'm really, really sorry. I know you believed in me. I feel like I really let you down. Mr. Wright, what are you trying to say? There's something I forgot to tell you.
What is it?
That day, the day I met Doug Swallow. That girl, you shouldn't see her anymore. Hey, it's none of your business. I'm telling you for your sake. If you continue to see her, it's going to be bad news. You're lying. just listen to me. There's something you need to know about that girl. Last night, someone stole some poison from our lab. Poison? The same thing that happened 8 months ago. A drug sample was stolen. She came to the lab that time, too. It could only have been her. That girl is a thief. Stop it! Don't talk about her like that. Is it true? Did he really say that? That's ridiculous. There's one more thing. After I pushed him that day, I got worried and came back to have a look. And she was there. Dolly was right there. She was crouched down next to him. What? She told me not to ever tell anyone about it, but I'm sorry, Dolly.
Your Honor,
The defendant is Miss Faye. You tell them. Dolly didn't do it. She's innocent. So Dahlia stole poison 8 months ago too, huh? Put that together with Mr. Wright's testimony, and there's only one possible conclusion. The defense believes that Miss Dahlia Hawthorne stole some poison on the night before she killed Doug Swallow.
The night before?
Naturally, her motive for stealing it was to kill someone. Miss Faye.
If you're so certain of your theory, then let me ask you this.
Yeah, this is your last chance. Think carefully now. There's something that she desperately wanted to get back, therefore...
Exactly who was Miss Dahlia Hawthorne planning to kill?
Thorne, sorry, I can't say that name right. There was only one person that was standing squarely in Miss Dahlia Hawthorne's way. And that person was... Phoenix Wright. Me? That's preposterous! After all, it was Doug Swallow that was murdered. Well, it's true that that's how things worked out, but let's remember that Mr. Swallow died of electrocution, not poison. The person that Miss Hawthorne was planning to use the poison on, in fact, was you, Phoenix Wright. There's no one else that it could be.
But how can that be? I thought Mr. Wright and Miss Hawthorne were in love.
Well, she kind of faked that. Poor Mr. Wright, this must be killing him. Hang in there, you'll be a lawyer someday. No, I'll bring her to justice, I swear it. As I said before, the only thing Miss Hawthorne truly cared about was the one piece of evidence linking her to that incident 8 months ago. That's right, that bottle necklace. That's all she cared about.
But even so, why? Why would she go so far as to murder him?
8 months ago, just after the fall of that attorney in the basement cafeteria, Dahlia Hawthorne could only think of one thing: how to get rid of the bottle necklace as quickly as possible. No, it can't be. It was a pretty good move she made too. The evidence was missing for a long time, but there was just one big problem. Although she got him to hide the evidence, Mr. Wright refused to return it to her. To him, the tiny little bottle was a cherished treasure. He even showed it to everyone he met.
You mean, that's why she tried to kill Mr. Wright?
Correct, Your Honor. It was to retrieve that piece of evidence. That can't be true! Feeny, what a joke you are. Oh, snap. Honestly, how can any woman ever count on you for anything? I even told you time and time again to keep your trap shut about me and that necklace. You disgust me.
Miss Hawthorne.
It appears that this trial will be coming to an end soon. Fine, I can tell you the plan on making me into a criminal no matter what I say.
I can tell you plan, sorry.
You are a criminal, Miss Hawthorne. We'll see about that. But first, where's your evidence? It seems your sniveling crybaby of a client has eaten the bottle as a snack. Ugh. Well, Hey, old man, are you senile or something? Why don't you say something instead of sitting there with that dumb look on your face?
Miss Hawthorne, what's happening to you?
Are you really that shocked? Or do you prefer me this way, Mr. Judge? With absolutely no proof, you treat a voluntary witness like she's a mass murderer. Well, I have nothing more to say. I'll be heading home now if you don't mind.
But you're not finished.
Fine, ask this nasty old hag to finish up already.
can't let her get away this time.
Stop it, Mia. If you keep on pushing without any evidence, you could pay the ultimate price as a lawyer.
The ultimate price?
You'll be forced to take off your attorney's badge forever, I'm afraid.
No! You'd better think it over carefully, Miss Fay. Or should I say, Miss Gray.
Well, Miss Fay, can you provide evidence that would establish her guilt once and for all?
If I mess up here, my career as a lawyer is over. But to be honest, at this point, I don't have any evidence that's well-founded. Even so, I'd rather lose my attorney's badge than let her get away with murder. Your Honor, the defense would like to present some proof.
Impossible! You can't possibly.
Stupid woman.
It is the opinion of the court that there has already been enough discussion. Therefore, I will allow only one piece of evidence to be presented.
Just one?
You are unable to establish her guilt, and I'm afraid that a very harsh verdict will immediately be handed down on Mr. Wright.
I understand, Your Honor. I can just imagine the headlines for tomorrow's newspapers. Up-and-coming lawyer plummets to earth before she gets the chance to soar. She was planning to poison Mr. Wright. If that's the case, then the poison was probably in there.
Well then, Miss Fay, please present your evidence. Show this court irrefutable proof that Miss Hawthorne was planning to poison Mr. Wright. I mean, Cold Killer X, I would think. Let me save real quick though.
Yes! Here it is, Your Honor. The evidence that will prove her guilt once and for all.
Cold Killer X? Phoenix Wright's beloved cold medicine?
Does our rookie defense have a bit of a cold? Even if I did, I still wouldn't take this cold medicine. After all, it's been poisoned.
What?
Remember what the defendant said in his testimony. But I lost my bottle of it around lunchtime on the day of the accident. I always eat with Dolly, just the two of us. She was the one who took his bottle of Cold Killer X. Then she poisoned it, knowing that Mr. Wright was going to take some.
Now you're really grasping at straws.
After all, it was the victim, Doug Swallow, that was holding the medicine. I would like the court to recall the crime that happened here 8 months ago. Where did Miss Hawthorne hide the evidence?
Huh? What are you talking about?
8 months ago, the poison was hidden in her bottle necklace, which she then gave to someone else for safekeeping, Someone she had accidentally run into the reading room, my client, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Yes, that's right. She did the same thing this time as well. After shoving the victim, Mr. Phoenix Wright left the scene of the crime. That is when the murderer, Dahlia Hawthorne, appeared. With her, she carried the poison bottle of Cold Killer X. This, of course, was so she could carry out her plan to murder Mr. Wright.
I believe she did testify that she was going to meet with the defendant.
Yes, and she heard and saw everything that happened at the scene of the crime, including what the defendant and the victim were arguing about and cut electrical cable. That's when she realized, I can't allow Doug Swallow to live. She used the severed electrical cable to slice him forever, silence him. Unfortunately for her, this is when the problem occurred. Mr. Wright, who she thought had left the scene, came back to check on the victim. And on top of that, because of the power outage, some students showed up as well. It's hardly any wonder that she was, as she put it, in a state of panic. Recall that she was carrying that bottle of poison cold medicine. She must have thought, what if they searched me like they did 8 months ago?
8 months ago?
Yes, she disposed of the evidence exactly the same way as she did back then. She had someone else hold it. Doug Swallow. Wow. Oh, come on now, everyone. Surely you aren't fooled, are you? This stupid woman, she's nothing but a filthy, stinking liar. Right, Mr. Prosecutor?
Huh?
Yes, that's exactly right. It's just pure desperation. I wonder which one of us is the desperate one. So, Miss Hawthorne, this cold medicine, I wonder if you wouldn't mind taking some. Well, Mr. Wright ate that necklace of yours, right? Now it's your turn to prove your innocence. What do you say? If I'm just a filthy, stinking liar, then there's no need to worry.
So come on, show us. I dare you to take some of this medicine right now.
Mia Fey, Mia Fey.
Oh!
Do you think you've won? Well, do you, Mia Fey?
Are you a demon?
That's just fine. For the time being, victory is yours.
For the time being?
Well, I have a very long memory, you know. You and I will meet again. I'm certain of it.
Well then, Mr. Judge, I'll see you later too, okay?
Huh? Yes.
I'm going to go spend a little quality time with the men in blue now. I wish you all the best.
Woo! It's finally all over.
I refuse to accept this.
The defense hasn't shown a scrap of evidence to support their outrageous claim.
But even so, your witness seems to have accepted it.
I don't care. I'm Winston Payne, and I don't believe one word that this rookie lawyer has said.
Well then, Mr. Payne, let me ask you this.
Yes?
Would you care to try this cold medicine?
What?
Just a little earlier, I could have sworn you said...
There. It's all right, rookie.
For example, I would trust the witness, Miss Hawthorne, with my very life. So, if she's so trustworthy, then I'm sure there couldn't possibly be any poison in here, right?
You see, yes.
And here comes the backpedal. Come on now, rookie killer. Show this rookie how it's done. How much trust do you really have for this woman? Are you willing to bet your life? Oop, he is not.
Yeah, my hair, it's flying off,
And that's why he's bald in the new ones. Oh, that's amazing. Or like, not bald, but you know what I mean. He looks weird.
Mr. Payne? About Miss Dahlia Hawthorne.
Yes,
That's the one that we know.
yes, Your Honor. I'll file paper for her immediate arrest.
Tragic, but not surprising. I knew there was something suspicious about her from the very beginning.
Don't lie, just admit you were wrong.
By the way, Miss Fey,
Yes, Your Honor?
you said earlier that you and Miss Dahlia Hawthorne knew each other?
Your Honor, how we knew each other had nothing to do with this case.
Very well. Mr. Payne.
This can't be happening. It's a nightmare. It's like losing my daughter.
It appears Mr. Payne has lost his spirit along with his hair. Does the defendant have anything further to say?
It can't be true. My dear Dolly. Achoo, achoo.
Very well then. I believe I'm ready to pass judgment and bring the trial to an end. The court finds the defendant, Phoenix Wright, not guilty.
Woo! We did it! Yeah! Sweet.
This court is adjourned.
Oh my god!
Mia, you were wonderful in there.
Thank you for everything, Mr. Grossberg.
During the verdict, I thought my hemorrhoids were going to explode like Mount Vesuvius.
What? Vesuvius? I don't know. Mr. Grossberg, do you think you can maybe, stop talking about them?
That's rather rude.
What? How was that? Okay, well, never mind.
Anyway, this case really made me think. What does it really mean to have a relationship of mutual trust with a client? Perhaps it is we veteran lawyers who have lost sight of this.
Oh, Mr. Wright, congratulations. Thanks. You know, I was thinking, go on. The dolly I saw up there on the witness stand, I don't think that was really her.
What?
Yeah, the dolly I know could never have said those kinds of terrible things. Maybe she was like, I don't know, a fake or something. Boy, this poor kid still hasn't got a clue. You need to forget about her, Mr. Wright, for your own sake. Yeah, you're right. It's probably for the best. Also, you need to relax a bit more. Try to grow up a little. But out of all my friends, everyone says I'm the most grown up. What kind of company must this guy keep? Right now, I'm studying to become a lawyer myself. That's what you keep saying, but I thought you were in the art department. Well, yeah, I guess I am.
There's a friend that I desperately want to help. And if I hurry, then I should be able to save him in time.
Aw, are you talking about Edgeworth?
I see. Say, Miss Faye, a lawyer is someone who can help people when they're in trouble, right? Mr. Wright, I'm still new at this myself, but I think that's exactly what a lawyer is. Okay, I'm gonna do it. I'll study my butt off. I'll become a lawyer for sure. I hope. I hope we see each other someday. Maybe even in court.
Oh boy. It's been 5 years since I was acquitted of all charges. I became a lawyer like I planned and managed to save my friend. But Mia has passed on to a better place. Maybe he was talking about Larry, actually, in that first case. For me, this trial brings up a lot of painful memories. But it also brings up some very precious ones. And memories that I thought I would never rise to the surface again. Mia's gone now. But even so, I can hear her in my mind.
Phoenix, no matter what, always believe in your client.
In a court of law, your greatest weapon is your belief, sorry. 5 long years. Something has happened that's made me think back to her words of wisdom, but that is a story for another day. Turnabout Memories, the end. Oh, memories, where'd you go? You're all I've ever known. Still in Turnabout. Oh boy, well, that was a crazy episode. But next time, we're gonna do episode 2, The Stolen Turnabout. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. If you enjoyed, remember to leave a like, comment, subscribe, and subscribe to see more of this awesome game. Might be streaming on Twitch sometime around 8 o'clock EST today, PM obviously. Check out Final Fantasy VII, which is the other game I'm playing right now, and I'll see you all tomorrow with a new one of that. Peace out!